everyone, this is Faith and Books. How are you doing? I'm going to make this a very quick video. I'm on my way to the grocery store. It's early Sunday morning, and I wanted to talk about Sustainability July, which is a challenge that I've had the last couple of years, I think, where I try to read books and maybe see documentaries all about how to live a more sustainable lifestyle. So this was inspired by Plastic Free July, which is a global movement now. It started in Australia years ago. I will link below to it, but I sort of expanded it to be open to not just the plastic issue, but any sustainability issue. So in the past, I've done stuff about avoiding single-use plastic, and I've last year we read Pope Francis's Laudato Si, because I'm Catholic and I'm on the a ministry that is about creation care, inspired by Laudato Si. So I've done lots of, I know last year I listened to Terra Viva, which was sort of an autobiography by Vandana Shiva and her work in environmental issues. Anyway, so it's been much broader before. I'm not really making it a reading challenge. I'm going to tell you what I'm reading, but I've come up with other challenges. So last year in July, I did Live Like Jane Austen for a Day Sustainability Challenge, and I did it, and I really thought it was a good thing to do. And so I'm going to try and do it twice this July. But what it is, and I'm challenging all of you, anybody who sees this, to try to live in a pre-industrial way as much as you can for one day. So what I did, and what I'm going to do again, is I'm going to not drive that day. I'm going to stay off the internet and not use my phone. I'm going to not turn on the lights or use as little electricity as possible. So that means no appliances, no dishwasher, no washing machine, that sort of thing. I think I'm going to heat my own water. I have an electric oven, but I have a gas stovetop, so I'm cooking over a flame. I feel like that's closer. So I only cook on the stovetop, and I'll heat my water there instead of using the hot water heater. And, I'll have to hand wash my dishes, hand wash any clothing, that sort of thing. And last year when I did it, I found it so peaceful. It turns out if you don't put the lights on and you just have natural light or candlelight, it really calmed my nervous system. I felt, as the day went on, I felt more and more calm. Also, it just kind of slowed down how you did things. Like, instead of frantically washing the dishes, it was almost like a meditative experience, and sort of it was kind of darkened, and I'm washing the dishes in this water that was kind of cool because I kept heating water and putting it in, but then it would sort of cool down. And so I remember it being sort of a meditative experience. It was quite a good day. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to try and do it twice. We'll see. And so, yeah, so that's my challenge to you. See if you can do it. Even if you can't do it for a full day, maybe half a day or something like that. And the things that you're avoiding might not be the same things that I'm avoiding. But what it made me do is it made me, not only was I just avoiding things, but I was doing things more like Jane Austen would do. For instance, how do you pass the time? I would read. I took a couple of walks. I can garden. I can play board games and card games. I'm my own servant, so I can do, sweeping, dusting, mopping, tidying. I can do that. I could nap. I journaled last time, and I think I'll journal this time as well. I could write a letter. I'm thinking of writing a letter to my grandchildren. And then you just, you slow down and maybe talk more to people. So it was a very peaceful experience, and I'm looking forward to doing it again. And Jane Austen July. I don't think I'm going to participate in Jane Austen July this year, but I am in that way. So that's my big challenge to you. I'll show you what I'm planning to read. And I'm hoping this is in the second half of July. I'm going to buddy read some essays. I think there were 3 of them by Wendell Berry with Christy Lewis of Dostoevsky in Space. So that's going to be part of my Sustainability July reading. So I'm looking forward to that. I got this book secondhand, I think right after I got on BookTube at a used bookstore, and it's been sitting on my shelf. I have tried to read Wendell Berry before. I've tried Hannah Coulter. I tried reading it on my own. I just couldn't get into it, but I kept hearing people rave about it. So I read it again along with a group that was really into Wendell Berry. And even then, I just don't like his novel writing style. However, I have read excerpts and quotes from him that I've liked from his essays. So I think maybe I'm going to like him much more as an essayist than a novelist. For some reason, his novel writing just falls flat to me, and I'm just not interested in the characters. And I know some people, like, that's their favorite book is Hannah Coulter, and it just, I don't know, it just didn't work for me. Anyway, so I'm looking forward to this because he's very thought-provoking about our relationship with the earth and with nature, and I want to know more about him. So I'm excited about that buddy read. And then the other book I'm going to read is called Zero Waste Living, The 80-20 Way, the Busy Person's Guide to a Lighter Footprint. And I got this book from a local store that's called Trace. And it's like a zero waste store or a refill store. And I want to go to it more often. We're so blessed to have it in this area. And I want to support it, but I don't go enough because it's kind of off my beaten path. And the hours are kind of restricted. So often when I'm out doing my errands, I can't stop there. So I have to find a way, because I want to go at least once a month to just refill things. Somebody's getting towed away there. Anyway, I'm going to read this book and find out just how practical it is, how much I agree with her. So this might be an ongoing discussion that I'm going to have in the month of July, reading this book and reflecting on its contents. It's very slender, but it's all about just the practical daily things you can do in your house that will reduce at least your plastic footprint. So, and maybe I'll have enough courage. I'm awfully shy, but maybe I'll have courage and I'll go in and video a little bit of that store, because it is a really great idea and I want to support it more, and I'm kind of ashamed of myself that I haven't supported it more than I have. And then what was the other thing I would do? Then the other challenge I'm giving myself this month is to try to come up with 3 meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, that have no plastic involved. Like, you can't buy things wrapped in plastic, no plastic at all. How can I provide 3 meals? And so I think I'm going to make videos about that too. And that book will probably help me think clearly. I mean, I've thought about this stuff a lot, and I know I can go pretty much 90% of the way there, but I'm really going to think through it and figure out how to shop and that sort of thing. So yeah, so those are my plans for Sustainability July. I think I'll do a list of what I'm going to read in July, or what I hope to read. I kind of am just giving myself a lot of leeway in July. In August, I'm going to hop back into reading challenges and stuff like that, but I'm just taking a break for July, and I just sort of want to read books, lighter books, and I don't want to feel any obligation. So yeah, so that's going to be July for me. So I feel like I'm forgetting something, but I don't know what it is. Anyway, so I'm going to put this up tomorrow, Monday, and yeah, and this will launch a Sustainability July for me. Okay, take care, everyone. Oops, sorry, knocked the camera. Happy reading. Bye-bye.